They smell absolutely incredible. Yes, they're gonna have a bit of blackening on them from all the sugar. Yum! Eating spicy lamb ribs this good should be illegal. Why do I put my body through this torture? Because it's tasty, that's why. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make spicy lamb ribs that are going to burn you in more ways than one. And subscribe, like, share, leave comments, blah, blah, blah. If spicy food isn't your thing, you best leave now. And for everyone else sticking around, you might want to pop a roll of toilet paper in the freezer now. Lamb ribs are full of flavour and still fairly inexpensive. So I grabbed this double pack of full lamb ribs from Mick out of Gippsland Premium Meats, weighing in at 766 grams, and as you can see, grown in Australia. None of that made in China stuff here. Now these are going to make the perfect starter to any barbecue, or I'm going to eat the lot and regret it tomorrow. I suggest popping into your local butcher and asking them for some lamb ribs before everyone else sees this video and the prices quadruple overnight. Now, I want to speed up the cooking process today. So, using a sharp knife, I'm going to slice the racks into individual ribs, making them the perfect size to snack on. Now you just want to grab yourself a large Ziploc bag and place all the ribs into it. You keeping up? It's pretty simple so far. If you've ever cooked any type of ribs before, you're probably sitting at home scratching your head wondering, why didn't he remove the membrane on the back of the bones? Because we cut the ribs into singles, so we don't need to remove that membrane. Simple. It's time to make up the spicy marinade for that flavour boost and to keep these ribs moist. Smart. Into a bowl, you want to add 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 4 garlic cloves that have been crushed, and 2 tablespoons of honey. And for the hero of the marinade, we need 2 tablespoons of this gochujang chili paste. And then mix this up thoroughly and add it to the Ziploc bag with the ribs. Now squeeze out all the excess air of the bag and seal it up. Then just flip the bag over a few times to make sure all the ribs are covered. And then these can go chill in the fridge for about an hour. Chill in the fridge. How do I come up with this stuff? The trick to making a great marinade is balancing all of those flavours. We definitely want this to be sweet and spicy, but we need to balance it with the umami boost from the soy and also the acid kick from that vinegar. Today I'm using a 57cm Weber kettle, and I'm going to be pairing it up with a kettle cone, because I want to be cooking at temps of 240 degrees Celsius and above today. And how I'll do that is by 3/4 filling a chimney starter with briquettes. I'll light them up. Once they're fully ashed over, I'll grab my kettle cone, I'll put it in the middle of the charcoal grate, and I'm going to dump the fuel into it. And carefully, and when I say carefully, I don't really mean it, put the grill back on. I'm going to add 1 chunk of cherry wood directly on the fuel for some smoky flavour. I'll pop the lid back on, opening up all the vents, and we're going to let that grill warm up for 10 minutes. Please don't try the grill toss at home. We are sort of semi-professional type of people here. The grill is warmed up and our lamb ribs have been soaking in their spicy bath for an hour. I'm just going to place the ribs around the outer part of the grill, as this is where that high intense heat is being delivered by that kettle cone. Pop the lid on and prepare for some spicy ribs in under an hour. Ribs cooked with indirect heat won't have the normal flare-up problems you get when you're grilling directly over the heat. So, ribs like this can be cooked hotter and faster, and they stay moist. Come on, I think we all saw that one coming. Smart! If you didn't know, the Weber lid vent creates a hot spot. Ow! As oxygen is sucked in through the bowl vent up and around our food. It is then forced back out through this lid vent. So to ensure an even cook, I recommend turning the lid 1/3 of the way every 11 minutes and 20 seconds during the cook. Don't look at me like that. I've done the math. This is the optimum cooking time and lid turning technique to ensure you get perfectly cooked ribs that are moist. Smart! Today, I'm using a high indirect heat to cook with. And all up, this cook's only going to take 35 minutes. Or for those of you who like to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 2-beer cook. Cheers. Now once lamb is cooked past 54 degrees Celsius, it's fine to eat. But these ribs don't have a lot of meat on them, and we're definitely going to be cooking them way past that temperature. The ribs are done, we can get these spicy little butt destroyers off the grill. What did he just say? I'm calling smut. Are lamb ribs that are cooked hot and fast as tender as lamb ribs that are cooked low and slow? Well, no. They haven't had time for all the collagen to break down and all the fat to render, but they have a little bit of chew, and this is my favourite way of getting lamb ribs in my gob within an hour.